Good morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. Get out there and have some fun. I don't know what I'm going to eat this weekend, so pray for me, but I'm feeling a chili dog in my spirit. Okay? I'm feeling a foot-long, extra-long chili cheese coney from Sonic. Okay? Diced onions, right? Extra cheese, a little relish with the chili. I know that's terrible, and I know I'm gonna pay for it for hours after I eat it, but that's what I'm feeling in my spirit with a cherry limeade slush, okay? Now, I get a cherry limeade slush, but my kids like the little blue raspberry ones with Nerds candy in it. Saying all this to say, pray for the Jenkins family. We need prayer. All right, let's go to the word. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3. Paul says, the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itching ears, they'll accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions, and will turn away from listening to the truth and wander off into myths. Verse 5, but as for you, always be sober-minded. I'm going to stop right there. There's always this comparison and contrasting feature in the book of 2 Timothy. Paul says to Timothy several times, you, however, or but as for you. And he's using the craziness of the culture to say they do this, but as for you, you do this. This is what the gospel calls y'all to do. And so saying all that to say, he's been talking about preaching the word, being an example of the believer, being salt and light, bearing witness to Jesus amidst all of the ups and downs of culture. And he says the reason is because people are not going to endure sound teaching. They're going to accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passion, having itchy ears. Now, he's talking about the gospel and how people will want teaching about Jesus or about some other brand of religion that gives them freedom to do what they want to keep doing. Because the truth is, we'll come to Jesus, but we want a companion, not a commander. Okay? And a lot of people who don't want a commander just want a companion. And Paul is saying, you cannot do that, believer. I was listening to some nurses the other day. I was at a corner bakery doing some studying, and these nurses are getting ready to have a meeting, but before they talk about all the shows that they're binging, and I'm guilty of binge watching, okay? But one was watching Euphoria, the other one was watching Yellowstone, the other one was watching, Game of Thrones, the other one was watching this. And they were talking about, I binged it in 2 weeks, and it's just so crazy, and I was freaked out. And it was such a metaphor for what's going on in culture. We are binging everything. We are watching in 2 weeks what 10 years ago took us 10 years. And no wonder we're so sensationalized and freaked out, because all we see is this intrepid darkness and this emphatic sensationalism in our shows and in our news programs. Everything we watch is just all over the place. And here we are accumulating to ourselves, our teachers. But Paul says to the church, but as for you, be sober-minded. And I'm going all around to say this. What in culture got you drunk that you need to abstain from so you can be sober? Some of us are drunk with binge watching. Some of it, nothing wrong with binge watching. Don't hear me say that. But if that's becoming what's teaching you, as opposed to the word, it's probably an adjustment that needs to make there. What's got you drunk? Is it watching too much news? Is it watching some movies that aren't, just kind of making you drift away from your focus being on the Lord? What's got you drunk that God is saying, you know what? I want some more sobriety there. I want some more sobriety in the literature that you read. I want some more sobriety in the programs that you watch. I want some more sobriety in the people that you hang with, because God wants us to be a competent preacher of his word. Okay? That's hope for today. I'll see you next time.